stream delay. And we're good. So we've got both runners starting with what is affectionately known as the cheetah palette. The only palette that if you run through Rock Tunnel with, you can actually see where your character is.
Not too relevant, though, because they won't be on the same palette as they go through the rest of the run.
Absolutely.
And no naming shenanigans, too. We do see I from Decon and J as naming, but nothing too crazy. Yesterday, with the Vivek race and Conception and GBF Zeta, they all named their slaves different, like super long names. A lot of the other speedrunners, so like Juan and Araya were named. But now we are seeing the old single character names for the player and the rival. Very useful. Gotta go fast. I should pull up the chat so I can see what's happening in the chat.
Ty, can you hear any volume at the moment?
I can.
I can't hear anything. I don't know what's happened.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. I just can't hear anything on the game.
It sounds like it's coming through on... It just sounds like there's some weird delays going on still.
We'll get through that. So I think both runners picked up the PC potion, which practically mandatory for races unless you're insane.
And we do see 2 single character nicknames for the Squirtles.
Lowercase I as well. Wow.
Decon's been growled several times. But it doesn't seem to be affecting... Oh, we did a great critical there. Very useful. Decon risking a death there, potentially, with the... I think a crit would have killed him, but he does win, and they are both now through the rival fight in very similar times.
Not the best rival fights from either of them, but...
No, very slow, but equally slow. Who cares who else is live? We've got Decon versus Weed right here on SpeedGaming 5.
Ooh, Decon going encounterless through to the market.
But that means he will need to get experience later. Weed picking up that early L3 rat XP.
He's going to get to cut through the grass on the way back.
And some tail whip fails, so a very fast experience. And only 1 encounter on the way up for Weed, so really not a big problem.
No, yeah, so far they're both on ideal. Decon needs to see that encounter. And there it is.
Pidgey? L3 Pidgey. I will see if he kills this. No, runs from the L3. Wants to see something lower level.
That's brave. I feel like I would have killed that.
Yeah, I think it's late enough that I would have started going for the kill there.
Why only 2 at this race? We have... well, each race is typically 3 people, but the number of entrants meant... Because we had 52 in total, so we have to have 2 2-person races just to round them out. But both your 2-person races are pot 1 versus pot 2.
Now,
Wise?
yeah, Aviva, did you see what happened there with Decon doing right oak?
I didn't. No, I was busy explaining things. Why has he done this?
I don't know. I am as perplexed as you about right side oak.
It's a rare strat. Unusual to see in speedruns. Let's see if this pays off.
That's an interesting strategy, Cotton.
And he gets another bird.
And it's an L3 again.
I think he's going to take this.
Yeah, you can't. Oh, and he gets a tackle.
This is... Unfortunately, the Pidgeys are somewhat worse than rats having only Gust, so you will typically take a fair whack of damage.
It's going to be a 4 turn to 5 turn with the miss. Weed is going to probably pull ahead here a good amount, but gets an encounter in the next patch, so it could stay quite even. Oh,
another tackle.
6 turn Pidgey experience. Oh, Decon with another encounter. And Weed! Decon took 13 damage on Squirtle. He might need to get the Forest Potion. Or
he still has PC Potion in the back, so I'd expect Tree Potion, probably.
Yeah, Tree Potion too is an idea. These are some of the slowest, well-played starts I've ever seen in Red. They lost like 30 seconds on the opening rival fights, and then just got destroyed by encounters.
Neither of them getting the NPC troll?
Is Decon okay here? I think that the NPC is still on the screen, so he's got a...
Oh, he did. Yeah.
He did. Okay, he noticed it, so that's good. I was worried he hadn't noticed because he menued too early there at first.
I would have lost there because I did not notice.
So what you gotta do if you have that NPC on screen is you save further left, and then you can just fix the minute by going left and doing that little back and forth there. It turns out to get the RNG back to exactly the same place.
It's embarrassing I didn't know that because I actually got the NPC troll in the last race I did, and I just waited for him to walk back off screen. I wonder if SLweed's going to go for the extended minute.
And we see L nickname from Decon. And Weed gets a Bush Potion. No, it's not a source issue. SpeedGaming 5's been having some issues the last 2 days, so it looks like they still didn't get the audio sync quite fixed, but we are in much better shape than yesterday with you guys being able to hear the commentators. So, I'll take this for now. Now, I think we see neither doing extended manip. Weed just getting a little bit of a ahead from Decon's very, very bad experience.
Unfortunately, Jim, we can only switch audios. We can try switch to Decon's.
Ooh, Decon getting a forest encounter, though, is pretty unlikely, with most of the tiles being blocked from getting encounters.
Weed picks up the Tree Potion and the Trainer Potion.
The antidote there, I think, right?
No, he got the Trainer Potion as well.
Oh, I see. Weed. I was looking at Decon for some reason.
Yeah,
but you do also...
I believe he's also still got the PC Potion, so the boy is stacked up on potions right now.
I do like this idea, though, getting so many of these potions. It's really a good idea in Red to get as much as you can for races. You don't want to run out.
It's a turn 1 poison as well.
We could see some catch up here from Decon if he gets no poison. Strength Shot turn 1 is good. And with them both not doing extended manip, they don't have the string shot fail manip to help make this fight faster. Weed probably not killing in 4 shots now, but Decon getting poisoned now as well, so not too much of a difference between the two runners. Looks like Decon's not going to kill here either with this last tackle, so he'll need an extra 5th turn.
Both getting poisoned as well. I think Weeds was on the first turn, which is pretty bad.
So we have seen some very unfortunate starts here from Weed and Decon, but Decon getting a little bit more affected by it. We'll see how much damage he chooses to take from here. He's probably going to manipulate his HP to be a very specific value.
No,
he's actually just healing to full.
It's slightly safer to wait until you're out of the grass to switch, just in case you get a very fast encounter that Nido can't run from.
Gotcha. And we're seeing Decon also. We are seeing a save for Brock. So very safe strats for both runners. Decon also opting to buy potions before Brock, which most people do know.
Yeah, I didn't see Weed's special on his Squirtle. So I'm interested if it was bad or not. Because if it's good special, then that was a very safe save.
Sweet. Oh, but Weed accidentally tackling Geodude. That is unfortunate.
It was the minute for the crit. Easy.
Getting a crit. But we still don't know then if Weed has bad special, do we?
No, Weed's special... Oh, no, that crit did a lot of damage. I'd be surprised if he didn't have good special.
Cool. Decon getting a 2-shot there. Screech fail on Weed there. Then a Screech hit.
Yeah, so that special's fine.
Okay.
Ooh, that's... Oh my god, yeah, he got...
Live on 1 HP from the tackle hit on Screech. That was clutch.
I saw I saw the tackle happen and I was like, I'm sure he got screeched here. This could really hurt.
Let's go. That red bar actually also making things much faster with the Horn Attack learned. So Decon even falling further behind now. But actually, I think with Weed's mistake tackling the Geodude, he didn't benefit as much as he could have from that red bar at the end.
We have confirmation in chat that was an 11 to 13 roll, so that was absolutely calculated.
Nice. It was the 1 in 39 high roll to make it exactly 1 HP left. I would put Decon about half a minute behind here now, so really not too much difference between the runners. We could see Route 3 change standings significantly still.
So runners looking here to save as many horn attacks as they can. Tackles where possible. And now with the badge boost, the string shots aren't the end of the world. That is a lot of damage from that first Caterpie. Wowee.
Yeah, critical hit. But that could be quite good for getting red bar.
And he doesn't get the 2-shot.
Yes, very unfortunate starting from Weed. But, it could help him get in the red bar faster, which would be actually beneficial.
And Decon might miss the 2-shot as well now. That first roll was garbage.
Yes. We're not seeing very many
They both missed
here,
it!
So.
What is happening?
Really need the string shots to help get you those badge boosts in Red Route 3.
Yeah, we not able to tackle the Weedle, which is fairly rare. It's normally an easy-ish tackle.
We're even seeing Decon opt into tackling first because that if you do get the string shot, then it's much more guaranteed that the ranges work out properly. And Weed should easily kill him too here. Maybe even Tackle. Yeah, Tackle will work to kill this Caterpie. Red bar shorts guy. I think we'll see a potion. Yeah, we're gonna see a potion here. So no red bar out of that extra damage Weed took. Actually, probably losing him a little bit of time to Decon in that first fight of Route 3. Both opting to heal to near full and then save for... Decon opted to save for Short Sky.
I don't like this. I don't like this. This could just be it. That could completely kill his race if this goes terribly. He does have to go quite bad. But
yes, it has to go very bad for it to be
that's not a good start. Another tail whip is not the end of the world. Oh,
that's actually good. I think if he gets two.
Yeah, that's good now. Yeah, he can't kill him from here. And the 2 tail whips means he gets to save a horn attack. But Jesus, look at that damage. Wrap would really suck now.
Yes.
That's gonna roll like 5 a turn.
I think it's 5 or 6. So. Yeah, Weed getting hit for 4 there. But Decon, if this works, he will actually pull Fairy Fire. Yeah, this is perfect. Decon with the 500 IQ not saving for Short Sky to pull
absolute plays. We just got a real match.
I am so impressed with Decon's play there. I think that was a really solid risk-reward trade-off because there's going to be a difference in whoever gets binded or wrapped more on that fight anyway. So, that not saving, a great way to just accelerate the difference between the two outcomes. He didn't risk anything.
Decon's also saved an extra horn attack.
And that is very critical for Mount Moon.
Yeah. Well, it depends on whether he's doing Route 3 Minip or if he's going into Mount Moon. Because he might just take the center beforehand if he's doing the Mount Moon Minip. But if he saves enough, he doesn't need to, so...
Yes, the way the tournament's working is the winners get an automatic advance, losers are put into a pool where their times matter for advancing. So the 8 of the 16 people with the best times in the first round will advance as well as the winners.
I think it's more than that, because we're going from 52 players in round 1 to 36 in round 2. So we're only dropping 16. I think it's 2/3.
Yeah, it's 2. That would make sense if it's 2/3. I'm just remembering what I heard from Pseudo yesterday. Another great thing to remember is that the seeding for the second round will be determined by times, so definitely playing safely and trying to get those good average times will help with seeding for round 2.
Mm. Ooh, Decon not getting a good Metapod here. That's not good first hit for Weed either, though. Both of them suffering for that string attack.
Yeah, Weed having to use a lot of horn attacks here.
Are we going to see a Jigglypuff? I reckon none.
Pidgey for Decon, that is probably good, but if he messes up Paris, it would end up being worse. Which was relevant yesterday. Somebody got a Spearow and then lost
Jigglypuff!
Ooh.
Commentator's curse is real. So 90% chance to find a flyer in this patch of grass, 10% for Jiggly.
I wonder if Weed desummed the Spearow there. No crits? No crits, but that was close.
I believe level 5 Spearow is typically a poison sting to avoid tackle killing.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Decon, what is this palette? Good lord. I'm gonna have to watch this for so long.
That's an interesting palette choice from Decon.
Is this a complaint against the cheetah palette to start with? Isn't this a B button palette? How has he done that? I didn't know that was a thing. I think this is B right or B. It's not B down. No, it must be B down because it's not B right. This is gross either which way. I'm not a fan. Yeah, we're looking at Route 3 minute from both runners here.
We'll see who gets to last longer and who gets the Paris.
I reckon we're going to see full minutes from both.
I would also bet on that. Decon has been putting in practice on this.
The difficult bit's coming up here. Once you drop down this ladder, you've got consecutive alternative A presses to hit.
Decon getting to Mega Punch, that is a very good start.
Oh, he missed one on the way back.
Decon gets an encounter. That is going to be very difficult. That's a lot of space he still has to walk. But I will reckon
Shouldn't
that he
be too
will.
bad.
Yeah, he's going to keep walking from here. I think that's the right play.
Oh yeah, definitely. If he knows Poimanip, then yeah, that's absolutely the correct play. So if he knows, oh, he doesn't know it. Ah, no. This could be rough.
Now, did Decon got the Pidgey
And Weed
too?
misses
He's
it
not
up.
gonna be- Oh, wow, we jinxed him hard, Amoebs. I
I
feel
know.
bad now.
Why have I done this? What have we brought upon these people, Ty? These poor innocent Gen 1 runners, and we're just ruining their days.
This will make the race very interesting, though, because we are seeing both have to do either backup manips for Paris, or I think Weed can do trade for Duck's strats if he wishes.
I'm very surprised that Decon didn't go into Poimanip, because I think... No, Weed doesn't either. Very interesting. It's a very good manip to know as a backup, especially if you mess up that earlier Mega Punch section. That's quite a difficult bit to hit. We're just getting very lucky here, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say that Decon was getting very lucky, but then Weed had a great stretch there. Weed seeing the
And a
Paris
Paris.
randomly.
This is a run.
Crystal Paris! Oh no!
What is happening?
This race!
This is whack.
We do see the save for the rocket. Decon looks like he's having an okay time with the supersonic hits, though. This could be
That's a sensible
interesting.
switch, because I think he took a tail lip. I agree with that switch. Pidgey, not that sensible choice to drop into, though, because Leech Life does not do very much. Oh, he gets a crit. Never mind. I feel like everything that we're saying is turning out wrong, Ty.
We are not doing good with prediction strats this run. Oh, and another supersonic! And it hits him.
He's not as bad a situation here. He's got the horn attack.
I think you gotta go
Does he
for it.
risk it though? Okay, Jesus.
Yeah,
That
he had to
was
go
risky.
for that at that point. It's gonna hurt him too much if he kept switching or healing. Maybe
Weed
another
gets the-
potion would have been better.
Yeah, I think Potion would have been sensible there. Weed gets the no supersonic, and it's pretty much an even race again.
Only a
Neither
little bit
runner has
behind
Paris.
Maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds behind.
Weed's trying to open a save state. Cheating on stream.
Shh.
guys, just don't tell anybody. It's fine.
I imagine Decon's playing on console, so we're seeing an EMU versus console contest.
I think from the washed out colours. I believe so.
The blurry, washed out look.
It's a good classic look. I support it.
No GBI strats here. Yeah, there is no way to get Nidoking without losing a lot of time. That's why the Rocket strat has become so popular, because the experience route just works out so much better if you get 15 off the Rocket and Candy to 16 for the Nerd.
Yeah, the older route would fight 2 optionals in Mount Moon, so that you have Nidoking for the Rocket. But 2 optionals is 2 optionals. Nice crit.
A critical to take the lead back. I think Decon's menuing was a bit slow, so between the critical and the menuing,
Decon's tried to Poison Sting, and
he tried to. Okay.
Obviously does not do very much damage, and then Mega Punch miss. This is back and forth.
Some technical mistakes here, putting Weed back in the lead. Oh, and a Poison Sting on the Coughing!
Yeah, real talk, the Coughing sprite looks very nice in this palette.
That's actually a really attractive Coughing sprite.
And we're seeing the backup Paris minute from Weed. Where you definitely should learn Paris backup. It is pretty easy.
Decon also doing Paris backup.
2 A presses and you hold back on the last step.
Weed gets the YOLO ball. And a 27-minute moon exit from Weed.
Bless you. Oh, Decon does not get the YOLO ball. And you can't Poison Sting it. You have to, I think, Mega Punch?
Oh, that's unfortunate.
You can't Poison Sting that because it's level 10 and you're a Nidoking.
Some small technical mistakes opening up a wide lead here.
Yeah, Water Gun is definitely not the choice. You don't do enough to change the... Oh, he misses the first text box again. He's going for the Water Gun. It's going to take a couple of hits before you even alter the catch chance here.
Yeah, you'd have to do like 3 hits to get below that half HP range.
And then it's still a 70% apparently.
Yeah, this is... We had a thing happen yesterday where somebody missed the Paris several times from here. Got red bar though out of it. Red bar catch. So we're gonna see Decon be about 1.5 minutes behind Weed now.
Notably loses frames to name the Paris Z. And now we roll with instant text.
Oh yeah. Critical hit, Sand Attack. We do not see a switch, obviously, because switching would lose the instant text. So we're going to see Weed played a little bit risky here. Ooh, but he does not get... Oh, this could be bad.
He's taking a... Oh, really? He's only had 1 Sand Attack.
Yep, that is really unfortunate.
Jesus. And he
And
has
now
to
we
lose
see the
instant
swap.
text.
Yeah, Weed's gonna have to go back and re-get instant text.
I think Decon just took the lead again.
It's
That's
very
enough.
possible.
That is a rough first turn. He died!
Jeff! Did he save?
What? His last save's for Paris Minute. It might be worth going back.
No!
Are you serious? That's unreal. And don't kill the Pidgeotto, because now you've got a Abra. What are you gonna do?
Oh, this
Just
is
switch to
unfortunate.
Squirtle runs. Let's go.
This is so unfortunate.
I think the reset is the right call here.
I'm with Pokeguy. On the death, I would have hit the reset switch here. You see Decon with a quick attack. He crits Pidgeotto as well, but has not yet gotten sand attacked.
Yeah, just take the. Would have taken the reset back to the Paris Minute, Quay. Because this is going to take a while to kill.
So Weed got a sand attack, missed several attacks, and then got sand attacked again. Was at 14 HP, I want to say, and got quick attack crit from Pidgeotto and died. So, and that was even after swapping out and choosing to lose instant text. So a little bit of a misplay, I guess, not knowing how much damage the quick attack could do and not healing Nidoking after the switch.
Would you have healed that much though? You're one tap away, and it only outspeeds with quick attack, and it had to crit. I think even knowing that information, I still would have gone for it.
Yeah, it's a really difficult circumstance for Weed here. Weed does wipe and enters and exits the center.
Decon taking a wide lead now.
I think Weed forgetting that all the Pokemon are healed after the death.
Yes, 5k will absolutely be enough to counter that death.
Yep. It's not far enough in for the money to matter.
Well, yeah, he will need the backup nugget to account for that little bit of loss.
Decon, on the other hand, getting through with instant text, still available and not to red bar yet, so we'll see if he tries to get red bar here.
So I think it depends on how the Pidgeys go, but I think he's looking pretty comfortable. 35 is a nice amount of HP. A much cleaner Pidgeotto for Weed this time.
And we see a crit there on the female Nidoran. Ooh, Decon misses a Mega Punch on Ekans, but does not get wrapped. So nothing too serious.
Chat bringing up the interesting point as well that he will have to save, potentially save for Misty, because he can't afford to lose extra money again.
Yep, that makes sense. Which will unfortunately hurt the timing with instant text not being available if you save.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, Decon's got the sand attack. Oh, he's got the double! No!
Oh, that shouldn't be too bad though, because he has a lot of time that thing.
It's happening again though.
You can't get double kicked by the Nidoran in red, right? In yellow, this could be apocalyptic, but I think this won't be as apocalyptic in red.
He's got the growl as well, no! He loses instant X. What is
We're
happening?
seeing the switch out.
This is insane.
Not too bad, actually, of time lost there. So we see back to the horn attacking.
That was 2 sand attacks.
Yeah. I'm not entirely a fan of that. I think that switching would be fine maybe if it was done the first turn, but then you gotta either switch or not switch.
He's trying to teach Bide.
Oh, Decon trying to teach Bide. Twice. And yeah, Decon has now lost IT. That could be a significant.
Yeah, I think if they both continue through this, Weed is going to catch up by a decent margin, just on the benefit of IT.
Yeah, the chat is correct. This is actually a very significant turn of events. Thanks, guys. My wife is in the room.
I would have said bless you again, but I think I already did it once, so it would have been a bit weird past this point.
Everybody gets one.
Tell them, Peter. Everybody gets one, apparently. So Decon just coming out of the Nugget Bridge section as Weed enters the final fight. We're still looking at this arguably gross yellow palette on the right-hand side.
Arguably gross.
Actually, yeah, it's growing on me, to be fair, but the big grass sections are a lot of yellow. I'm struggling with that a bit.
Maybe Decon's a Michigan fan? Maize and blue? It is college football Saturday here.
I'm English. These words mean nothing to me. I've seen a gradual catch-up from Weed, instant text playing its part.
I am surprised that neither runner did anything intentional to try to get red bar with the amount of shenanigans that has happened this race.
I don't think they dare.
They're keeping it very, very safe and still getting heavily slapped by the game. Pokemon Red says, "You're trying to play safe?" No. Slaps you in the face.
Can I introduce you to my friend Accuracy? You don't have access to Celadon yet. Enjoy missing.
So we're going to see them be on the same trainer here now. Weed catching up that much that 3 pokes behind on this trainer.
Instant text does put in some mad work. Yeah, I think Decon's, well, to be fair, probably going into build, they're probably going to be tied.
Something close to there.
Yeah, Decon with a negligible lead, maybe.
Mm-hmm. As
I
much as
haven't
happened in this
factored out.
race, it is amazing that they are still so close.
Yeah. I haven't factored out Mega Punch misses, actually, so who knows?
Yeah, Decon on the first Pokemon as Weed enters. Now on the second, barely as Weed enters. So basically catching up a whole poke worth of time. Decon out of Mega Punches using Water Gun on the Pidgey.
Ooh. Why would you be using Mega Punch on the Pidgey anyway? It's a Horn attack, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Oh, he's out of Horn attacks!
Oh, yeah. He
Oh my
lost
God.
all of those Horn attacks.
Yeah, the second last, yeah.
But Decon has learned Thrash now. It's a big change for the run. Weed getting the instant text Thrash learn, a huge amount of catch up there.
I think I'm almost certain we're going to see the center from Decon here. Horn attack PP being 0. I don't think he has very many Mega Punches left either.
Will we see it from Weed too is an interesting question.
He had a lot of potions, and I don't think anything was particularly trolly after the first death to the rival, so I could see him just taking the potioning, which may pretty much put them equal, to be fair. What did you miss in the last 40 minutes and 30 seconds? Dear Lord. How would we summarise? So much. Both runners have got exceedingly unlucky in sections. Just complete madness. Typical Red, but...
Typical Pokemon Red. We do say we'd use potions.
Decon not?
Candy.
What is he doing? Not ITing, not centering?
It could just be another average play here, going for getting IT after the Misty section, if he wants to save for Misty. So...
I suppose, yeah.
Might save in front of IT. Interesting idea.
He did potion up. So... I was absolutely wrong on that regard.
Ooh,
I was
critting them
expecting
in
the...
shop, that's nice.
Yeah, I was expecting the center for the horn attacks, but I suppose I don't know how many's coming up now.
IT is instant text. When you talk to the bike shop guy without having the bike coupon, the bike voucher, you get instant text if you cancel out of the text with the B button, and that lets you save a whole bunch of time. Basically, like, in order to display the menu, the game sets the text speed to 0 delay between each character, which gives you instant text, and then in most menus it puts it back to the fast speed when it's done with the menu. But the bike one doesn't have that operation, so there's this oversight in the code that gives you instant text, and we abuse it because it's fun.
Debatable. We abuse it because it's fast.
Because it's fast.
So yeah, Decon taking the save before Misty. So if he knew he was going to do that, then instant text doesn't make sense to get. So that is pretty much as Ty said. Does give Weed the opportunity to take the lead again here, though. But he's playing potentially risky by not saving for Misty.
This will be really interesting to watch.
I suppose he can't really die from 79 health.
Decon with the bubble bee! And it crits! Decon dies!
A Weed gets X defend, but he got the crit first turn, so it didn't matter.
But this makes Decon's strategy very good. He is going to lose less time than he could have out of his not getting IT and then saving play.
Very true. What a race, though. You can die from any health. I was talking in terms of likeliness.
Yeah. We could have gotten crit speed fall, but you know.
He needed, a single crit was not going to kill him from 79.
Decon gets bubble beam again.
Uh-oh.
But it does not critical.
He doesn't get the speed fall either, so... 29 health out of 20 health out of Missy, that's pretty decent. Maybe?
Now, let's see if Decon goes and gets instant text for the Surge, or if he is so low on HP that he chooses not to get instant text. Decon does choose to get instant text. And he does it after potioning once. Okay, interesting. I like this. Because if he doesn't potion first there, then if he needs to potion later, the instant text would have... There would have been no point in going to get the instant text.
I think that's safe, yeah.
So either you probably either you don't get instant text again if you're just getting it after Misty, or you heal and get instant text.
Does make red bar potentially harder / not worth, but Weed will almost certainly not be looking at red bar on this health anyway.
Yeah. I think that's what Decon's going to have to go for to catch up, is getting the red bar, because he's a bit far behind to catch up from other ways. Don't want to count on Weed dying in the surge split, especially from this HP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the current cutoff for getting into round 2 is around a 157. That could go up or down, given the last few races. We are through, well, we are, as of this race, through the two-person races, so odds are the cutoff is likely to go a little bit down.
I would say this has been a comedy of errors, but it's not been any errors so much from the players. It has just been a comedy. Interesting note, the runners walk all the way to the right side of the wall there to give the rival more space to walk off the screen faster.
The ideal here is that the runners hold instant X all the way through to picking up cut.
Yup.
No, we talked to the captain again. Gotta make sure he's definitely not sick anymore. What a kind gentleman.
Interesting walk path there also.
Decon heading into this rival fight as well. Somewhat less chance to get trolled by anything here. Pidgeotto is a 2-hit.
There we go. No pocket sand.
Mega Punch miss! No! That could have been bad if he'd have missed another one. A Tail Whip Hyper Fang would have done big damage.
Damage. Big bucks, no whammies. Big bucks, no whammies. The critical on Ivysaur.
Crit actually mattered.
Yes, hello chat. We've got Amoeba UK and Tycoon 3 on the commentary. Coming to you live from West Michigan and somewhere in the United Kingdom.
I'm not telling you where. He's technically hidden, wanted by the law.
Wanted!
Excuse me, sir, do you know how fast you were going in the speedrun? I need you to pull over and produce your speedrunning license, please. So SLweed going into cans minute.
I'm gonna need you to push out a red bar, sir.
So do you know how far you were into crit range there?
So what happens here with Weed's reset is when you, the way your cans work in Gen 1, the first can is actually determined when you enter Vermilion City. So what they do is they reset to quote-unquote enter Vermilion City when they reset. And then the second can is determined when you pick the first can. Ooh, Weed slide showing a bit there, but he's back.
Decon only selling potion and nugget, so probably not going for revives. Don't use that, Decon. Wrong one. Try again. Gave me a mini heart attack.
Weed is through Surge, but nowhere near Red Ball. Let's see what Decon chooses to do. We do see the save for cans. That makes a lot of sense. Don't know why anybody wouldn't do cans manip. And he gets the second can. So that's good stuff from Decon. And we just gotta see how the search fight goes.
Nobody gets 1 in 60 IGT. In fact, there's been no IGT nonsense this whole run. Which is this whole set of races, sorry. Which is lovely.
Just the 2 encounters in Moon that seemed to be missing A-presses.
Oh yeah. To be fair, they probably didn't have the longest chance to get IGT'd. But yeah, Deacon's definitely was a missing A-press. I'm not sure on Weeds.
Oh, did they meme with the names in order? Naming the single characters in order? I like that.
I know he's got L, Z, and I. I actually don't know what he's spelled out.
We just has AASP.
Weed's technically got ASAP, which is nice for a speedrun.
But Decon nowhere near Red Bar. We'll see if he does any strats in Rock Tunnel to force Red Bar. Oh, Lil Z equals Frankers. I see. Weed getting the Mega Punch hit. And the range. Is there a range in red?
I don't believe so.
Okay, then.
It's just death, but you could miss and get paralyzed. Which is awful.
Not a range, so just no miss, and now got the Thrash on the second poke. Decon digging out to try to catch up a little bit. Oh, I'm just thinking of a yellow Quay. It's a thing in yellow that you're not 28 yet. I apologize, stream. I am a yellow pleb.
Yellow Glitchless tournament when? When the speedrun's good, lol. Never mind. Weed opting to Thrash.
Yeah, interesting strategy from Weed here, thrashing turn 1. It could make sense that with the extra HP Weed has, that it would just go Thrash first. Because if you end up hitting yourself a few times, it's not the end of the world.
Mm-hmm. And if you get the 3 turn, and the range on Venonat, nice and speedy.
Yes. So I like that play. Oh, the
We
slide
was
showing
out.
at the worst time.
Spliced. Clearly did a bunch of illegal stuff in those 5 seconds that we couldn't see. I'm curious if Weed will opt to skip the save before Oddish Girl. Got decent HP.
I was curious if they were gonna go for red bar still, but it looks like that's a definite no with not going for it on Cubone.
Yeah, I think 57's quite high to be stretching for it. The returns are pretty diminishing at that point.
Decon does opt to Bubble Beam first on the internet fight.
In the hot updates from SLweed in the chat. Don't know if I can actually repeat what he said on a PG.
I don't think we can. I think we've got to censor it.
But the man is going for a save, and he called himself a mean name. Don't at him.
Oh no, both runners with frame drop issues now with Decon. Slide showing a bit before Rock Tunnel. I don't think either runner knows the perfect repel strats.
No. The sleep.
Weed getting put to sleep, oh no.
Worst case scenario, possibly. Unless you've already used your full restore on something else.
And neither can the runners, but they know where to go. So we getting through the Oddish fight with only minimal trolling from sleeping.
Yeah, that certainly could have been worse. Nice 2-turn sleep.
Decon died to Misty, but Weed also died to the first trainer on Nugget Bridge.
Died to Nugget Rival. I hope he didn't die to the first trainer on Nugget Bridge. That dude's got a Caterpie and a Weedle.
Yes, the rival, sorry. So the first fight on Nugget Bridge, the rival. Yeah, neither of them know.
Very slow.
So there's a way to do repelling in Rock Tunnel that's very fast, and neither of them are doing it, from what I can see. So you hit start to open the menu, right? And then you can buffer selecting repel with like A into B because it's your first item. But then also when you close out, you want to do B and then start and then direction. If you just do BB repeatedly, then you get consecutive input lag.
Interesting.
So I think I've seen both of them have a little bit slow menu closes from not going B into start.
I'm not gonna lie, Ty, you can consider that strat stolen. I will be using that.
It's a bit technically complex because you've got to go like, you got to do the A into B thing to select repel, and then you got to mash out of the first menu efficiently. But then,
Ooh, I missed Decon getting the stun spore from the Oddish, but he's had to use his full restore now.
yes, as Wasop says, it's pretty rare to see that one. It's pretty technically complex. Oh yeah, I say Wasop. Don't at me.
I'm WSOP, but I don't actually know. Shoutouts to the first podcast when we thought that WSOP and Ivan Rosito were two different people.
So call him Sop.
I'll just
Ivan
call
is
him.
fine.
I'll just call him Boy.
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 Ooh, we do see Ball Beam on Growl yesterday. Ball beaming the Growlithe because Thrash is a worse range.
We're just over the hour mark.
Is it only been an hour? I feel like I've been sitting in this chair for 3 hours. How much has gone on in this run?
He's scaring me there with the early bonk. I think it was Crafted that hit that trainer there.
Yeah, optionals not being fun. We see Weed going with the right side elixir. We'll see if Decon knows top elixir. Weed having to get the nugget as well, not getting it quite optimally, but pretty good considering all things. Decon still a trainer behind on Gambler. So Decon not catching up much on Weed with not getting red bar through the fly split. We will see what happens now.
I think he actually ended up losing a bit of time with the paralysis from Oddish Girl.
Yeah, probably. Weed's sleep being less bad than paralysis.
No revives for Weed. Playing that safe.
Decon deftly avoiding any trainers after the Gambler. Decon going for top elixir. I called it. And he hits it. So this strat is cool because you save 2 frames of turn frame in that last gatehouse.
And you look like a damn fool if you miss it.
You do.
Weed actually exiting with over 5k. So he didn't need the backup nugget.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It was only 5,100. That is interesting.
I wonder if they underbought anything.
I saw 11.52 on his items. Or 2.5, I don't know which way around is the people normally say it. Decon giving the fresh water, picking up Ice Beam.
I wonder if that was intentional. I don't think it was.
I'm curious.
I guess it's possible that it was intentional, because Decon definitely could have a different late game route still.
These are some older strats, Ice Beam.
It's an older code, but it checks out. Decon with a 12-6-1 buy.
Interesting.
And Weed now onto Lavender Rival.
Oh, we have confirmation from the chat that he does do Ice Beam strats. So if this wasn't interesting enough, we now have deviating strats.
I actually like Ice Beam for races. In yellow, I tend to push the Gentleman Ice Beam route for racing.
Pretty comfy. Rival fight there for Weed. Should be fine as long as he doesn't miss multiple rock slides. Oh, Decon also on early drill. Probably a necessity considering he picks up the Ice Beam TM. A few more drop frames from Weed, but we're good. Yeah, there's not really too much to talk about in Lavender Tower unless they happen to miss moves, but we don't really want to see that. And there's a miss from Decon into Confuse Ray. And I'm knocking stuff over in my excitement. Really breaks through.
Confused no more.
Yeah, yeah.
Late horn drill teach from Weed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think he swapped items in the menu rather than in this fight here. We've got a couple of trainers difference between these runners now.
Yep. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Decon's just getting... I mean, Weed's getting a pretty clean last split so far, and Decon's just getting caught up on a few things. Not his fault, just part of the run.
Yep. Just small stuff.
This Golbat is a range, as I found out the other day. Didn't know that. Crit it. Easy. Easy. Just crit forehead. And the Raticate coming up for Weed is also a range with Thrash, so he will likely T-Bolt the Rattata beforehand, just to guarantee the 3-turn Thrash.
So, Amoeba, do you think we'll see Decon try to go for Sylph Red Bar to try to catch up?
I don't know. I'm curious what, if he's got full splits open, what his best possible time says. Because if he's looking at a decent enough time, there's no reason to risk it just to beat Weed. He'll advance to second round with a decent, a 156 and above is going to be pretty safe.
Yeah, if I have any recollection from Yellow, these are not great times that we're seeing. Like a 111 flute is probably somewhere around the 2-hour mark.
I have a 202 with a 112.55 flute. That's...
Yeah, so I think maybe like 159 would even be pushing. So these times are pretty...
Well, no, actually, I had a massive mistake at the end of that run, I think.
Okay.
So no, I could still see sub 2, but...
Okay, so we're still seeing like 157 case from both these runners.
Potentially then, we could. It depends on how familiar Decon is with A, what the cutoff is for round 2, and B, what his own time is. Thank you, Stefan. I wonder if we'll see an early earthquake. Don't think we'll see it from Weed, but Decon is on some nutty route, so there's potential there. Weed coming into the Arbok rocket. Ideally doesn't want to see glare here, although he does have the full restore in the back, if necessary.
Decon does not have a full restore, right?
He does not, no. We may see a save for that. Or early earthquake, maybe.
Double bite from Weed, not too bad.
Nice and comfy.
Could put Decon in very risky circumstances. Interesting that we're seeing late EQ alongside Ice. There are some route updates Decon has done here.
Is he going to save for the Arbok? Because it would be pretty disastrous if he does get the glare.
He does not. Just can't afford to.
I think he can, though. Possibly unnecessarily risky.
We see a bite. And bite again.
Nice. Both runners getting pretty comfortable Arbok there. Weed going damageless in the Sylphrive. So he's probably going to be hoping for a Bone Club hit just to knock him down a bit further. Doesn't want to be too high for Koga later.
Decon doing swag card.
It was second try, but boy, do we take those.
Oh man, I gotta do that. And then...
We saw a couple of swag questions in Blaine's gym on the other race yesterday. Both runners briefly in the same fight. So it's still a fairly close race. Oh, and Weed doesn't get hit by the Cubone, so maybe seeing X accuracy on the Juggler, which is a neat strat that I hadn't seen before until yesterday. Decon there teaching Ice Beam. We're potentially about to see Ice Beam strats come into play. I'm actually curious how that's going to work here, because he hasn't.
That'll be an interesting battle.
Yeah, he hasn't elixired. Oh, maybe he did. No, of course he did. Did it in the same menu, didn't he? Hornbills the cube. Okay, so he horn drilled the Cubone, but ice beamed the Marowak. I guess it doesn't matter. Weed looks like he was going to pick up Lapras for a second. Changed his mind.
Yeah, it turns out in Reggie Lapras, there's like a different Pokemon. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a different Pokemon that can learn Surf.
Big thumb. Weed waking up the Snorlax with the Pokeflute.
Important moment here. A shiny could waste frames.
A shiny could waste frame. Oh, Amiibo. Let's see if Weed does some good strats here on cycling road pickups. Ooh, doesn't quite get the perfect rare candy. Does have to stutter step, but that's not too bad. Usually you can time picking up the rare candy from a flower going just to the corner of the screen in the upper left. And then it looks like Weed's slideshowing a bit here for us to see the PP up grab. And now we see the Earthquake teaches, because we gotta have Earthquake before going to Koga. Don't need Thrash anymore, not in yellow. Can't thrash the jugglers.
Kind of interesting that we now cut through those trees rather than biking around.
Yes. It's actually super fast in the task too. But it's so fast that it's even clearly the better play for human runners. Cut those trees down. We see Weed picking up the extra Safari full restore here.
Yeah. Can't think of a reason why he'd need 2, but...
I think we're seeing the racers a bit extra safe after all the shenanigans that have happened in this run.
Yeah.
So Decon now almost the entire the entire Safari zone behind Weed at the moment. Weed with a hidden revive on one of the statues as well as the full restore.
That's interesting considering he didn't buy revives earlier.
And he had the money.
I suppose he does need the extra slot taken up so that he doesn't pick up the toxic TM. Checks the Pokédex. 4 caught. Good job.
Don't want to get kicked by Koga. Makes it into Koga's gym safe. So from what I was seeing, I think Decon's about 1 minute and 30 seconds behind Weed.
Doesn't opt for the safety revive. I think Weed's going to lose a little bit more time as well because he's going to have to take a bit of damage on the juggler.
Weed says nice one. I'm wondering what that means.
He's coming up to the second juggler, so... Doesn't save.
That is a bit risky.
It is a bit. Oh no, I suppose he's got 89 health. Should be fine.
$92 now with the level up.
Oh, actually, Decon's fairly high on health.
Weed going with Thunderbolt first. Oh! Trying to get hit?
Yeah, he needs the extra damage.
Oh, right, because of...
Oh, he got confused!
Oh!
No!
Oh!
It's
Okay.
happening!
Oh, no.
Switch, my dude,
Ah!
switch! Switch!
Oh! He died!
Why did he switch? Oh no, because he would have...
we see the 79 to 94 from Quay.
Easy. Easy.
Nice. High roll.
No, he got X attack beforehand.
Yeah, you got X.
First. Yeah, so it wasn't a high roll, it was guaranteed to kill.
Darn, they both died, and we twice on this split. That's so unfortunate.
What are they going to do to back this up, I wonder? Man, they're only a conversation with the warden apart. I see a very different menu from Decon here. He doesn't want to set up anything for an upcoming Blizzard menu because there won't be one.
Very true. So Decon actually will probably catch up even more here, right? Because he will.
He'll fall. Well, yeah, he'll skip having to teach the TM. He's going to fall behind on this menu at the moment, and then in the mansion he'll catch up with, and a little bit extra for the Blizzard menu.
What a turn of events.
But then Weed will have the added benefit of Blizz in the end game. I don't know how much time loss it will be for Ice Beam over Blizz.
On average, but there is always the risk factor. Could have some misses cause some issues.
Interesting, he repels as soon as he walks in.
Yeah, don't you need to walk more steps than just 2 in? I thought you need to walk like 5 or 6 in.
So I was wondering, I don't think that lasts the whole trip, does it? And I mean, even if he repelled outside of his house, it's still gonna... It would last to these stairs, at least.
Yep. Because repelling from the corner pallet gets you to the blizzard, so from the house, yeah.
Yeah. And then he could have just done the extra one here, but... I don't know, we'll see. But I feel like he's going to run out a little early. Yeah, the menus have tied up again, and Weed is seconds ahead.
What an amazing race.
No Agatha candy for either of them?
I feel bad for, like, slowing down the hype during the Lavender split now, because this has gotten so close again.
There's not much happening during the Lavender split, so it's kind of difficult to keep it going there. But yeah, this is a good race. An awful race if you're doing the runs, if you're one of the runners right now.
But a great race for the commentators.
An amazing one. Yeah, Deacon's repel lasted perfectly fine, it seems.
Yep.
So
interesting.
I would have bet money that it wouldn't, and I would have lost. I mean, Blizzard could start coming into play right here. We could see a Blizz miss. Oh my god, why did I say it? And we're tied.
Yep.
Thanks, Amoeba. Why did you do that to him?
We're literally like seconds apart now. Literally, and I had just been saying too, Amoeba. We both said stuff about it with Blizzard misses, potentially allowing Decon to get ahead. But I mean, we literally are frames apart now on the screen.
Post your sync emotes in chat.
This is This is one of the best red races I've ever seen.
No Blizzmiss on Erica, so we are looking tied.
Oh, Decon, why did your stream have to...
Well, he can't miss anything. We know what's going to happen on his fight. Or he can, actually. If we come back and he's missed something and he's dead. 256.
Decon stream, please.
We need to know. Are you alive?
Come back to the land of the synced with weed.
Boy, this is frozen.
Yeah, this is not good.
See the blade mashing competition. Is Decon stream deaded? Check.
No, his stream is fine. It's like the SpeedGaming... SpeedGaming 5 has just been a mess the last 2 days.
Thankfully, there's not a lot of execution. We already have Sinstar. You good?
Oh, and Decon
Hey.
pulling a few frames ahead.
We're alive! These runners clearly know in their Pokemon knowledge. They know that Poliwag can only evolve twice. Bless you. The layout has broken.
Oh no! The reload on Decon's stream appears to have broken the layout, but at least we can see what is going on. Decon going with the swag question.
Oh, really? I missed it. Damn.
Yep.
And we're back. The anime splits exist. It's a tight battle between anime and not. Growlithe agility here could... Oh, he gets the super potion! And SLweed doesn't. That is a notable time save.
It's a few seconds. It is crazy that super potion is the difference between Weed and Decon right now.
We may be about to let the Karate King decide. You can indeed swag question, bless you. You can swag question, swag PC. What was the one we saw earlier? Swag card key.
Yes.
I didn't know that one was a thing.
That one is not a great because you have to turn frame after doing it. The ones with the questions actually are either I haven't looked at this closely, but they're either even time or 2 frames faster to swag because you swag into the direction that you end up walking. But if you swag into a direction that you don't end up walking, it is 2 frames slower.
I don't think we have a precedent, Steph, for a tie. I feel like they probably both advance. One would advance as effectively as the winner of the race, and the other would advance as one of the better times in the pools.
I mean,
I don't know.
The probability that they're tied to the exact frame is so low that I can't...
Well, how would you accurately frame count it without their local recordings? Which you then have to rely on them having locals. And it's not gonna happen. You can feel free to clip that just in case it does, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, if it's within a second, it's probably worth it. Like in a live race, it's probably nothing.
We'll go by IGT.
Go by IGT.
That was a late reaction to that.
Whoever dies less because they have...
Actually, I don't think any of them would be any different. They all did safe and resets the same amount of time. Shout out to whoever pointed out that Sabrina gives you the Marsh badge and Koga gives you the Soul badge. Doesn't seem to make sense. We are heading off to Giovanni, who himself is not an issue, but the Karate King before him.
Black belt. Let black belt decide.
He is the great late game equalizer.
Decon pulled even more seconds ahead. Do you know how that happened?
42 on entry. I don't know. Yeah, he's popped a couple of extra seconds, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe there was a missed menu. Decon opts into Ice Beam the Rhyhorn.
In the Sabrina, there was a super potion that happened? I don't...
Oh, no, yeah, he saved like 5 seconds on the super potion, but he seems to have saved even more time since.
Yeah.
So yeah, obvious saves from both of them before Karate King himself. Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, it looks like Decon's gotten an advantage with mashing in the few seconds.
Oh no, don't freeze now!
I got back to Decon's!
He's good. I think he got low kick, judging from that health. And Weed gets Karate Chop. Crit! No!
Oh no! Weed with the reset. You did save Weed, don't forget.
Yeah, he saved, but that's more time loss that he can't afford right now.
That is not affordable.
Decon is just edging ahead, slowly but surely. This entire run has been horrific for Weed. And it's been horrific for both of them, so it's almost worked out equally, but they've both... Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this before. There have been so many deaths that... Like, they've played so safely in this run.
Yeah.
They have played so safely.
I've never seen the level of hell that either of them went through on the Nugget Bridge section. Weed especially, with the rival death, was insane. We'll see more Ice Beam on Giovanni. We actually saw no Elixir before Giovanni. So the Ice Beam coming in useful there. But then he doesn't, without a crit, he does not one-shot the Rhydon. Potentially a little bit of time loss there, but the Blizzard is a range. So we may not see the one-shot from Weed either. Oh no, Decon with the frames. Yeah, the lag is definitely on SpeedGaming's end. They are working in the background to try and fix this, but we can't really figure out what's going on. We're seeing more potential Blizzard or Ice Beam time. Never mind, he crits. Easy. That was potential time lost for Ice Beam there. Because Blizzard can one-shot the Pidgeot. Yeah, so Weed definitely has the opportunity to catch up here. Blizzard will help in sections, but unfortunately for him, Decon is critting wherever he needs to.
Amoeba, can you hear me?
I can. Hello.
Cool. How long have I been gone? Did I mute myself on accident?
About a minute or two. I think
Okay.
you're good.
Not too bad. Okay. So Decon is about the whole Viridian rival fight ahead right now?
Pretty much. Is Weed going to get the range? Yes. Okay.
Neato.
Unfortunately, not saving him the potential time that he could have with Deacon's crit, but still good. Yeah, he finally something good for Weed. He hit 1 range.
Oh no. Both sides are slideshowing. Oh.
We are going to have to piece the puzzle together based on the frames we see, folks. Strap on in for the final 10-15 minutes. It's going to be a good one. Oh, that is the soul badge.
Indeed, we have gone to Sabrina.
At least this game actually checks for the badges. At least they bothered to program that. Here comes the swag boulders. We saw 23 yesterday from the Tepich.
That is a lot of swag.
I was informed that is the most swag you can fit in the Victory Road section. Some would say
Every
perfect swag.
Oh, okay, Human 724, you have the perfect person on commentary to explain ranges. So here's what happens with ranges in Gen 1. Yes, they do between 80... Like, there's the damage roll, there's all this math, and figures how much damage is going to happen, and then it takes a number between 85% and 100% and multiplies the damage roll by that. But this is also Gen 1, so you have 8-bit math and rounding. So what actually happens is the number is multiplied by between 217 out of 255 and 255 out of 255. So this is why you have this concept of 1 in 39 maximum damage rolls, because 254 out of 255 will always cause a round down to 1 less damage. But exactly 255 out of 255, there's no rounding to do. So you get 1 point of damage extra always on the highest possible roll.
And the round down also allows for a 0 damage roll. But that always ends up showing as a miss, apparently.
Yes. If the damage formula calculates 0 damage, then it says that it misses. But that can only happen if you have quarter not very effectiveness.
The only time it can actually happen in this run is the first Nugget Bridge trainer, Weedle. Can 0 roll with Poison Sting. Oh yeah, we're still a close race here. Lance can and probably will decide.
Oh, we saw some swag from Decon. The back and forth. Decon.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh
Did it
no.
go for you as well?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
Chat, can you hear anything? No, the actual stream's died as well. I don't think they can hear. Oh, you can hear us. Hello. We cannot see
Hi.
anything.
things are still happening in the race, but we don't want to spoil anything, so we'll just...
Oh, they're apparently restarting it to try and fix lag. Cool. Alright, we're back with Weed.
Good timing on that.
Yeah, at least it's not during the Elite Four. We've still got the timer for Decon. Oh, he's going into Lorelei. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Oh! Do. That's not Pokemon.
That's the wrong thing. Not even in the right series, my friend. Oh, Weed forgot to press the boulder one tile further. And we did get Slave Deposit from Decon. I suppose that makes sense. He has no revives. So...
Just gonna see some saves probably here, when necessary.
Mm-hmm.
But
Slave Deposit from Weed as well. He also has no revives, having to use his one for the juggler in Koga. Don't deposit your Spearow. Why have you done that? What? Why? Is he doing it with Paris?
Let's see what happens here.
I guess the good AI would still Aurora Beam Paris. I don't suppose there's any issue with that. I don't know.
It would be slower. It would be significantly slower with the way that Paris's cry is, though.
I suppose, yeah.
That's some time loss. But we do see Aurora Beam.
Probably faster to just take the deposit he got though, rather than going back and depositing the right one.
That is true. If it was an accident, then that makes perfect sense.
And so we are pretty much a full fight apart.
I think Decon can even afford to die once, and probably still, if he resets fast enough.
I don't think he saved. He gets slammed this. Ooh, okay.
Decon playing a little bit risky there, not healing and not saving for Bruno, but getting rewarded.
Yeah. This is... He needs to save for Agatha, surely.
Oh, I don't know how you wouldn't at this point.
If you haven't saved for Bruno, I'd be crapping myself.
Because like I said, I think he's far enough ahead that if he saves for stuff, he still will be ahead of Weed slightly if he dies.
Oh. Chat pointing out as well, something that we missed. Weed was actually a drill shot. Had to EQ the Jinx.
Interesting.
I don't know where he lost that.
A routing to not do PP up in red.
Is Decon going to save? Is he going to full YOLO?
I do see a super potion.
I can't see that he doesn't save here.
2 super potions.
Double supers.
And then doesn't save.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's probably safe through Agatha now.
Weed gets hit by Slam, but does not get critical hit, so he does not die.
Dream Eater from Gengar, that's comfy.
Nice and safe.
So he just needs to get past the goal back now.
That emote, though.
Freeze Golbat. Freeze. No, that's a shame.
Super
and he gets a
Sonic?
Supersonic. And it froze the game. Not what I was talking about.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Did
it miss? Or did he just break through?
He's quite
confused.
still. Oh, but he hits through. Oh no. A Decon.
What a legend. He's just doing it. This would be great health if he can hold this.
Please don't fail on Arbok. That would be so bad, potentially. Oh.
This is intense right now.
I am clenching things that I cannot speak about.
And he gets
confused no more.
Decon is just YOLOing the hell out of this. I love it. And he's not really. He's got like 129 health, but it is paying off.
The payoff for Decon.
He can just roll straight into Lance, basically.
Surely he saves for Lance.
I don't think he does. I think he just goes for it now.
Plot armor. Decon has plot armor.
The script says that he wins. Oh no. It's a bad choice. Now you're gonna die. You'd have lived if you didn't save.
Interesting, Decon talks to Lance instead of walking into his vision in the left.
Yeah, that loses a turn frame, doesn't it?
Something like that. Weed gets nightshaded, we'll have to heal again for things. Decon does not die to Hydro Pump, has Red Bar.
Lance has let him go. And I think this is Potion and pretty comfortable into Champ. Does he even need to risk that, to be fair? He can just...
I mean, yeah, he can super, probably, even.
Yeah, super and just be safe. He's not going to lose to Weed from here without Sky Attack crit.
Could even, like, full restore, potentially. Just absolutely guarantee the win.
No, you'd still potentially Sky Attack crit turn 1.
Oh, okay.
I think. Oh, I suppose he could Ice. I don't know. If he had Blizzard, then it would be fine. I don't know how Ice Beam works with it.
Sinstar, absolutely guarantee the win, quote unquote.
Need
Goes
Potion.
Potion. Does he save?
Double Potion seems sensible.
Ether, Horn Drill. No save!
We're doing it, boys.
It is down to Sky Attack.
Double Wing Attack crit would actually do it as well.
Or double Wing Attack. Shenanigans.
Actually, no. I think one Wing Attack into Wing Attack crit. I don't want to say. Let's just. He's gonna live. It's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Why are we worrying? Yeah, Whirlwind. Easy. GG. Done.
Oh my goodness.
And the Sky Attack for good measure. What a race.
It's over.
So that is an upset.
An upset. Decon edges out Weed in a very close race to the end.
And Weed's still gotta do some work here. If he dies again, it's gonna put his round 2 into potential contention.
Yeah, potential jeopardy.
Should be safe if he makes it through without dying.
Yeah, I am still clenching things.
What health has Weed gone in with here? Oh, big health. No Sky Attack. No Sky Attack. Easy game. Easy
Very
life.
easy game. As we can all see from having watched this race.
Good lord.
What a pile of things have happened in this race. We saw both runners have significant issues in the early game with encounters and weird experience battle. Decon missing multiple tackles on experience. Very, very slow initial rival fights. Both runners not doing extended manip and getting punished in certain ways. With Weed getting first turn poison. Then both runners failing moon manip.
And neither of them going for the poi backup, which I think is probably the most interesting part of that. Because that is a staple for runners at the moment.
Yeah. So they had to do a different manip and get more encounters. Then both runners having issues on Nugget Bridge. Weed dying to Bridge Rival, and Decon losing instant text and not getting it back.
Decon, is he going to sneak under 157? No,
Looks like
not
a
quite.
no on that. Very, very barely not a 157.
His time doesn't matter though. As the winner of the race, he will be advancing to round 2. Although I feel like... Go on, man.
We're going to get Decon on the commentary.
Oh, I think we'll definitely get both of them in if they're available. But Weed looking like a mid 158. That's... It's not good enough to definitely get him through right now. It probably will be, judging from the conversations I have seen in chat and not at all my own research. But I think that will get him through. It'll be a damn shame if it doesn't, because he got unfortunately bodied. And we have
Bodied
Decon.
is the correct description for what happened to these two runners.
How was your run, Decon?
I'm pretty happy with how I played. My menuing was sloppy a few times, but like overall, I think I played really well. It's just that early game was amazing.
We had such an amazing time watching this race, Decon. So many things happened.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm gonna rewatch it after this. I want to see this.
I think the lead switched a good 10 or 12 times in that race.
Yep. And there was a good stretch of like a split where you guys were dead tied in the end game.
Yeah,
I
you
had,
two
I had
Go on,
7 gold splits, counting IGT was better, my final split.
Yeah, you
So
two were tied exiting Koga.
Do you have a highlight, or can you not even? There were so many things.
Probably last on bridge. I was having such a good bridge after that horrible moon, and then I just get absolutely bodied and decide to switch out. And then from there, I just pretty much played it safe the rest of the way.
And we have SLweed as well.
Yo,
Weed in the call.
I want to say condolences for some of those fights.
I'm exhausted. This race,
We had a fun time commentating, but that must have been an ordeal to play through.
yeah, it was. Especially that early game.
Casual 44-40 Misty for me.
That's like a yellow misty time, like
That's like a bad yellow Misty time.
yeah. So so both of you guys had about the same slowness in their opening rival fight. Then we saw Decon get bodied by Experience. Do you remember that, Decon?
Experience? What do you mean? Oh yeah, I had to do that 3 Pidgey and I 6-turned it.
Yeah, 6 turned through all 3 Pidgey.
I had 10 attack at sits, I'm pretty sure. I don't check it though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
Then there was there a Brock death?
No, they both got through fine.
Yep, that was good.
My Brock was fine. I always get poisoned by Weedle every single time. My Route 3 was really good. And then I think I got IGT'd in Moon. I'm not sure. I'll have to look.
Oh yeah, you
You
didn't
pop.
save for Short Sky, and we were having fine with that.
We were lost our mind. We saw the first tail whip and it was like, no, it's happening.
Yeah, my Route 3 was amazing. And then my Moon was awful. I don't know what happened on that Paris minute, to be honest. On the backup Paris. I
Sure.
messed up 2 YOLO balls and then just went for strats.
Yeah, it does happen. We were surprised that we didn't see the poi minute from either of you, given that you both... I heard a chuckle. What does that mean?
Well, I just haven't learned it.
I didn't feel confident with the YOLO ball, so I felt like I would just do the other manip.
Nah, same reason.
And then I
Like
messed the
YOLO
YOLO
ball
ball
is
twice.
just. Yeah, we both failed Moon Manip, I think.
Yep. So there were some interesting moon exit times from the early game, but then we had such an amazing nugget bridge for both of you.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that rival fight.
That rival fight, and then Decon
It just
has a-
kept happening.
Yeah.
It was like, he finally got back into it. It's like, yeah, he's back. Oh, crit, never mind.
It was a 139, right?
I don't know, actually. I don't know how close that was.
It was like 18 damage or something silly.
Yeah. I actually thought I was fine, like even with crit, and then I just died.
I assumed you had thought so, because otherwise you could have healed on the switch out.
Yeah.
And then Decon having that amazing second last fight with the several horn attack misses, and then running out of horn attack on Route 25.
As soon as I got Growl, I just swapped because that wasn't happening.
It was the 4 misses before it that was like, oh
Yeah.
come on, let him have one.
Missed 2 poison stings on Pidgey, missed 2 or 3 horn attacks on Nidoran, got Growl. I'm like, nope. And then I was fine for Mankey, but I wanted to heal there just to be safe for the rest of the game. And then I decided to play super safe on Misty, and then I got crit, and then I healed again, and then
Yeah, but you got
All-
rewarded
all,
for
like-
the safe play.
yeah. All in, like, I was planning on, like, if I got Water Gun, I wasn't gonna heal the rest of the way. And if I got Bubble Beam, I was gonna heal. Like, I think I made a pretty fine play. And then everything went pretty well from there on until Oddish, and I was on high health, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, you both got bodied by the audition different ways, but we were scared for the Sylph Arbok fight for you as well, that you didn't save for and you didn't have a full restore for either.
As soon as I started the fight, I realized I didn't have it, and then I was trying to think what to do if I got glared. I was gonna walk the heal pad probably, or the bed, and that's not even a strat. I was
That was
probably
the
just
only
gonna dig
time.
out and go back in.
Yeah, that was the only time in the race that I didn't know what would happen if somebody had something go wrong. A lot of normal backup strats used. But then Weed. What happened to
Yeah.
Weed after this?
I
Weed was
died
ahead
to...
for a while, right?
Yeah, I died to it now.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
god, yeah.
There was
Yeah, I
the
got confusion into being confused into self-hitting twice into confusion, I think.
Yeah, you did. God. And, well, Deacon actually got a little bit of luck on the Koga fight with the X attack. Because you
I
were...
was just gonna play the high red bar if I didn't die, but the S attack was nice.
Yeah.
And then low kick helped me hold red bar for a long way. I had a really good Elite 4. Agatha was scary, but otherwise it was good.
we saw Weed with another death, Black Belt, which helped Decon open up the final lead of the run.
It was the Growlithe Blaine that actually broke the tie.
Yep, that super potion got Decon ahead, and then it just changed from there further.
So we were tied from Koga all the way until Start of Blame.
Pretty
Basically,
much,
but the
yeah.
route differences didn't show it until you did the menus.
Not true.
We did have to start guessing because there was a lot of lag on stream at that point. We got a few frames in the full Blaine split. I think we got 4 frames from Deacon's stream. So
I wasn't dropping any frames, so
No,
that's
yeah, there were issues on SpeedGaming's end.
Weed's replay started dropping frames towards the end as well, which isn't his fault either.
Oh, it looks like hopefully 158's good enough to advance. So far, it's looking good.
We'll see.
157 at the moment guarantees it, and given there's a good third of the races left, I would have thought 158 would be okay. So, yeah, it would be a shame if you did go out on that, because some of that was nonsense.
Yeah,
Just absolute nonsense.
Do you think you played well and just got bad luck?
No, I didn't play well at all. I don't think so. Like, I messed up so many menus. I messed up like, movement. I was really nervous at the movement nip. That's why I messed up the movement there. But yeah.
For once, I don't know what I messed up on Luminip, so I think I just messed up one of the A presses after Mega Punch or something.
I think you got the Geodude just below the train, the lad, didn't you? Whatever his name is.
Yeah,
So that's missing the third A press coming out of Mega Punch.
yeah, I figured that's the one I thought it would be.
I forgot that Decon sealed the run with that right oak strategy that I have never seen before.
Yeah, what was that
Only-
about?
Only the second time that's ever been done in a run. People always had the debate between side oak and top oak. They're apparently the same speed, but I like top oak because yellow. So I tell people side oak isn't faster, and they don't believe me. Well, there it is.
Very good
Oh.
strat.
Well, that was an amazing race, guys. It was really fun to watch, and thank you so much for running. Congratulations to Decon and Weed. We hope that your time is good enough to get you on to the second round.
Thanks. All I know is I gotta practice a lot before next match.
Same if I advance.
I hope to see you in round 2, guys. Any parting thoughts?
All I have to say is PokeGuy's probably doing Silph Red Bar right now, so if you want to head over to watch the other race.
Oh, is that what channel is that on? Do we know?
SpeedGaming 3, apparently.
Everybody head over to SpeedGaming 3. We're
And
going to say
nowhere else.
goodbye. Thanks very much for racing, guys.
It was fun.
Thanks for commentating.
It's alright. Thanks, Ty, for joining me on commentary.
Thanks, Amoeba, anytime. It was so fun.
And we'll see everybody around.